Good morning everyone. Today we will be continuing with Merchant of Venice Act 4 Scene 1, and today we will be seeing from line number 85 to 115. Now in my previous video I told you that Antonio was trying to convince Bassanio not to try to convince Shylock, because it is possible to achieve all the impossible things rather than to soften a Jewish heart. So now here we will see that in spite of Antonio telling Bassanio not to convince Shylock, Bassanio will be making his own efforts in trying to convince Shylock. He will be offering double or triple the amount, but still Shylock has his own reasons to execute the bond. See from line number 85. Bassanio, for thy 3,000 ducats, here is 6. So he is offering double the principal amount. That for your 3,000 ducats I offer you 6. Shylock, if every ducat in 6,000 ducats were in 6 parts and every part a ducat, I would not draw them, I would have my bond. What Shylock is telling here, if every ducat in 6,000 ducats were in 6 parts, that would come approximately to 36,000 ducats. Even if Bassanio offers 36,000 ducats to Shylock, Shylock would not have them. Instead, he would execute his bond. Duke, how shalt thou hope for mercy rendering none? Here Duke is again asking Shylock to show mercy, and that's why he's questioning him. He's telling him, how can you hope for God's mercy if you show no mercy to others? Now how Shylock will defend himself, how he will justify himself, you see from line number 90. What judgment shall I dread doing no wrong? What judgment shall I dread? Dread means fear. Why should I fear any judgment when I have not done anything wrong? You have among you many a purchased slave, which like your asses and your dogs and mules, you use in abject and in slavish parts. Now see those lines. You have among you. You here it refers to the Christians. You here refer to the Christians and is telling, you have among you many a purchased slave. So you have purchased so many slaves among yourselves, which like your asses and your dogs and mules use in abject and in slavish parts. You have purchased slaves and you use them like asses, and your dogs and your mules means you make them work very hard. You make them very hard like your asses and your dogs and your mules. You use them in abject and slavish parts. In abject and slavish parts means you make them work very hard like these animals. Okay. So you here referring to Christians is telling them that you have purchased slaves which you make them work very hard like your asses or dogs and mules. In simple words, what he wants to say that the slaves that you have purchased, you make them work as hard as the animals. And why do you do so? Because you bought them. And why you make your slaves work so hard like these animals, like these asses or dogs and mules? Why you make these slaves work so hard? Because you have purchased them. Shall I say to you, let them free, marry them to your heirs? And what if heirs? Heirs means your children. Okay, heirs means here it would mean your children. Now see that line. Shall I say to you, let them be free, marry them to your heirs? So what if I tell you that the slaves that you have bought, whom you make them work so hard, why don't you set them free? And why don't you even get them married to your own children? Why sweat they under burdens? Why do you make them work so hard? See that line once again. Why sweat they under burdens? Why do you make them sweat? Means why do you make them work so hard? Why do you burden them with so much of hard work? Let their beds be made as soft as yours. Provide them with a soft bed, the same soft and comfortable bed in which you sleep. Provide them the same bed. And let their palates be seasoned with such viands. Now palate means appetite or hunger. So when they are hungry, see that line, and let their palates be seasoned with such viands. Viands means meals or dishes. Okay, so when they are hungry, why don't you feed them with delicious meals or dishes? You will answer, the slaves are ours. Okay, now from here I'll take once again, you see from line number 19. What judgment shall I dread doing no wrong? Why should I fear the judgment when I have not done anything wrong? You have among you many a purchased slave, which like your asses and your dogs and mules you use in abject and in slavish parts. You among yourselves, you have also purchased many slaves, whom you make work very hard, like your asses and your mules and your dogs. And why do you make them work so hard? Just because you have purchased them. What if I say to you, let them be free, and marry some of them to your children? Why do you make them work so hard? Why do you burden them with so much of hard work? That is what it's in the next line. Why sweat they under burdens? Why do you burden them with so much of hard work? Instead, what you should do, let their beds be made as soft as yours. Instead, why don't you provide them bed which are as soft as yours? And let their palates be seasoned with such viands. Why don't you feed them with the same delicious meals when they are hungry as you eat? If I ask you this question, what will be your answer? You will answer, the slaves are ours. So if I ask you these questions, then what will be your answer? Your answer will be, the slaves are ours. So do I answer you. So similar is my answer. The pound of flesh which I demand of him is dearly bought. 'Tis mine and I will have it. So the pound of flesh which I demand in this court of law, that pound of flesh, I have bought it. So it is now mine and I have every right to demand that in this court of law, and I am going to have it. If you deny me, fie upon your law. Fie here means shame. If you deny me what is mine, if you deny me what I have purchased, then it is a shame on you and your law. There is no force in the decrees of Venice. I stand for judgment. Answer, shall I have it? So there is no force, means there is no power. Decrees means law. There is no power in the laws of Venice who can deny me my pound of flesh. Okay, so once again, just a quick recap I will do of this extract. Here Shylock is, when the Duke asked Shylock to show some mercy, the way Shylock answers is that, why should I fear anyone when I have not done anything wrong? When you purchase your slaves, you make them work so hard like asses and dogs and mules. Just because you have purchased them, you have every right on them, and you make them work as hard as you want. What if I ask you to let them free? What if I ask you to marry them to your children? What if I ask you to provide them with a soft bed or to provide them with good food? You will answer that because we have purchased them, they are ours and we can treat them as we want. So similar is my answer. Because I have bought this pound of flesh with my money, that is, that pound of flesh is mine, and it is my will how I get it. So how I execute it. So it is my wish that I execute my bond to have the pound of flesh, and no power, there is no power in the law of Venice to deny me what is mine. Okay, now look further. What Duke answers. Upon my power, I may dismiss this court, unless Bellario, a learned doctor, whom I have sent for to determine this, come here today. Now, after hearing what Shylock has to say, now Duke is convinced that no one can move Shylock. But what Duke is telling here, upon my power, means it is in my authority that I may dismiss this court. But the Duke is waiting for Bellario. He is a learned doctor. Doctor here would mean lawyer. Okay. He is waiting for Bellario. He is a lawyer whom the Duke has asked to take up this case. So he is waiting for him to arrive at the court. Upon my power, I may dismiss this court unless Bellario, a learned doctor, whom I have sent for to determine this. Determine this means to decide for this case, to look into this case, come here today. So the Duke is waiting for Bellario. Celerio, my lord, here stays without a messenger with letters from the doctor, new come from Padua. So Celerio comes, and what he says that a messenger has come with letters from the doctor. So wherever there is a doctor means here lawyer. Okay. So Celerio is telling that a messenger has come with a letter from this doctor. Duke, bring us the letters, call the messenger. So the Duke is asking the messenger to come in with the letter. Bassanio, good cheer Antonio, what man courage yet? The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones and all, or thou shalt lose for me one drop of blood. Now hearing this, that someone has come, someone has come with that letter and a message. Now Bassanio has some hope. So he is trying to cheer up Antonio and telling that please do have hope. Have some courage. What man courage yet? The Jew shall have my flesh, bones, blood and all. Here would mean before. Thou shalt. Thou here means you. Shalt means shall. So here Bassanio is telling to Antonio to have courage and have little bit more patience, because the Jew is going to have his flesh. His here, my flesh here refers to Bassanio. Okay. The Jew shall have Bassanio's flesh, blood, bones and all before Antonio even loses a single drop of blood from his body. So in these lines you can see it reflects Bassanio's deep love for Antonio. He says to Antonio that before you lose a drop of blood from your body, the Jew shall have my flesh, my blood and my bones. So here it shows the love and friendship between Bassanio and Antonio. So this was all till line number 115. Thank you.